All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. My bad. I apologize for that. Been working nonstop since 7 o'clock this morning. NAR just released their pending home sales report, and I've got some emails out already. I've got a few other things that are going to be dropping. We are talking FSBOs today, and I'm telling you, as amazing as our expired stuff is, our FSBO is hands down not even close in the industry as far as using listings to leads to engage and get FSBOs to work with you when they realize they're not real estate agents. All right. When they're tired of dealing with buyers that don't show, investors that want to lowball them, deals that fall through because they don't know how to get out of their own way, you will be the absolute natural choice for them to work with to actually get their home sold. And so we're going to walk through today the entire FSBO module within listings to leads. And the only thing in my area, at least, there's not a ton of FSBOs, but hey, you know what? If I can do one or, flip one or two a month, that's better than most agents in the industry. All right. On top of 2 to 3 expireds a month minimum, on top of converting seller leads 2 to 3 a month. I mean, you put this to work, you're going to be getting 5 to 7 deals, 5 to 7 listings a month. Okay. Without wondering, all right, without having a very straightforward process. All right. It's literally not that hard. The biggest thing is really just consistency. And I am going to take you to, I'm going to drop this in. It's not apples to apples, but there is some bleed over, some similarities between expireds and FSBOs. But first, I'm going to log into listings to leads. If you want to log in with me, that would be phenomenal. As I mentioned when we first got on together here, NAR just dropped the pending home sales report for January 2026. And it says, just scroll down the dashboard to database email blast. So there's a section called that. Or click here for more information. I can click there. It's going to take me to the mastermind group where there's just a little blurb. You might have questions about like what the hell is going on. I can answer them for you. But essentially what you're going to do is click. You can click anywhere to get rid of that pop-up. You're going to scroll down, and right here, there's 2 emails. One, the top one is for buyers. All right. And the second one is for your homeowners and your seller leads in your database. So if you click on the subject line, it will open up and you can edit it. You can send it from your CRM. You can send it through listings to lead. You can do both. It's just talking about the fact that nationally, pending home sales were down 0.8%. Regionally, right, there's a little bit of variation with modest improvement in the Midwest and West. There's a link to the full report from NAR right there. And then we relate it. Well, what does this mean for homeowners that are thinking about selling in 2026? Expireds are a subset of these people. FSBOs are a subset. Obviously, your regular seller leads, any kind of homeowner that you've got in your database, you want to get this to them, because what we do is we just give them some just good information to begin with. All right. This is information that really any homeowner, anybody in the area may be interested in. We've also got a version of this for buyers, which I'll show you. And then we say, this is when the right plan matters most. Homes that are prepared properly and marketed strongly are the ones that attract attention, create urgency, and sell for top dollar. They can view your 100 plus point home marketing plan right there. Click on that link. And we are offering them a custom. So if anybody wants to email back and say, hey, I would like to get a custom 100 point home marketing plan, you're going to add them to your listings to leads account status listing presentation, get a photo of the property from taking a photo, finding a photo, go to Google Street View. I've got a post in our expired classroom on how to take a Google Street View and make a gorgeous photo that you can use in your marketing, and offering your ultimate guide to selling your home. That's in your listings to leads account. You can download it and send it to them. You can download the landing page, send it to them. And then it says the earlier you plan, the more options you have and the better your outcome tends to be. If I go ahead and if I click on the preview, here the links will actually work. So in the preview, I can see it's going to go to your branded, right? So it'll be your colors, your logo, your picture. All right. What's really cool here is these links actually work. So these links actually go to whichever property website I want. And then the top link goes to the NAR report, just so they can see it. It is, but if you, Mark, if you just scroll down on the dashboard, so when you log in, just scroll down and you're going to see this section right here, database email blast, and then click on the subject line. If you want to send it through your CRM, the easiest thing to do is in the preview tab, just copy it and drop it into your CRM. Like literally, let me open up a email editor and I'll show you what I mean by this. And so this could be follow-up boss, this could be bold, this could be lofty, right? Pending home sales. I would edit that to be the same subject line that we've got. And then I'll just show you the editor and how you just literally paste it in. The links will work, your signature, boom. Look at that. Just copy and paste it. It'll be perfect. The links are all going to work. Always send yourself a test email, all right, from your CRM or from ours. Make sure that you're good to go. And if you want to send it through listings to leads, all right, under edit email, select the list you want to send it to. All right, all my seller leads, schedule or send, and get that out the door. One of our clients, Gwen, in January, got a listing from sending that out to her database. The one right above is for buyer leads. So pending home sales, what does this mean for home buyers? Again, you click on it. I'm just going to show it to you real quickly. I'm not going to walk through like I did the previous email because it works the same way. Copy and paste it into your CRM, send it through listings to leads. That one, again, click on the preview to get the full links. It's going to go automatically to your price reduced landing page right there. So you've got this in your account. The areas that we'll select will be from your account. So if you're in Florida and you got listings in Orlando, Lake Mary, so on and so forth, but that's what will be what will show up here. So yeah, get these out to your seller leads, get them out to your buyer leads. Everybody in your database should get one or the other of these two emails. Later today, I hope to come out with a social media post and then some short little videos for Instagram and TikTok that you can use there as well. Okie doke. Everybody good on that one? So I want to make sure that you get that out the door ASAP. All right. Yes. Are we good? Now I'm going to give you this link and get into the mastermind group a little bit later if you've got questions on that. Okay. Because seriously, you get listings from sending those emails out, because anyone that is thinking about selling this year, the goal is that we put our 100 plus point home marketing plan in front of them in ways that make sense. Okay. Now we got a 3 to 4 email sequence that works as well that's cold. But even better is when we can say, hey, here's something happening nationally. Right? Break it down for them just super briefly and include a link, right? There's no problem. Include a link to the full report. That's great. And then let them know, what does it mean for somebody looking to sell? What does it mean for someone looking to buy? All right. Anybody can read the report, but what does it mean exactly? Because we know what it means, right? We live it. But the homeowner or that's thinking about selling, or the home buyer that's thinking about buying, they don't necessarily put 2 and 2 together, right? Because they got their own job, they got their own life. And so that's what we do, is that we just lay it out for them to help them make better decisions. All right. Give me a yes real quickly if that makes sense for you. And if you get the reason why those 2 emails are absolutely critical for you to get out today. All right. There's no point in waiting for another agent to get it out to them, because they're not going to have as good of an email, not as good of a call to action as you are. And, we want to be first, but you can wait until we're done. You don't need to do it right this second. All right. Okay. So FSBOs, I'm telling you, man, the FSBO tools in Listing to Leads are ridiculous. So we've got landing pages. Through the landing pages, we are able to offer FSBO homeowners a free set of marketing tools for free for them to market their FSBO home. All right. It'll have their name, their phone number, their email on all the marketing tools. We got e-flyers, we got print flyers. We got a few other things that we can use to get it in front of the FSBO. You should be using a tool like My Plus Leads, RedX, Vulcan 7, Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist to identify FSBOs. You can find the FSBOs a lot of different ways. So every single FSBO in your area, you should get this landing page too. And again, I'm going to show you in a minute, between the print flyers and the emails and a few other things that we've got, there are a lot of great ways of getting this offer of a free set of marketing tools to them. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we've got a PDF guide, all right, that talks about FSBOs. So that's another great thing to get to the FSBO homeowner. Again, we're adding value. We do not want to go to a FSBO homeowner and start berating them about how stupid they are, or, lying to them about how, hey, I've got a buyer and can I come over? No, just offer them a free set of marketing tools. It works so well. And I'm going to give you a couple of ways of making sure that you communicate that to them in a way that will give you really like a 30 to 50% lift in the acceptance of that offer. Because if they don't accept the offer, then you're not going to get anywhere. All right. And then the third thing we've got is and I hope this works. If not, I may have deleted this listing. Oh, good. So we've got the 100 plus point home marketing plan, flip book, and PDF, right? I don't have the FSBO, but I got the expired right here. So you can actually order these from Listings to Leads. You can create them yourself. You can create them for specific FSBOs. You can create them for your area, for all the FSBOs. And it just walks through my marketing plan for a FSBO homeowner. And so there's a little bit of method to the madness and how you should work all of this, although people do all sorts of crazy things and have great success. So, like anything else, there's no one right answer, but there is a good process to keep in mind as we're going through this. All right. So somebody give me a name of an area. Give me your sales. Let me try that again. Give me your sales area. So someone type in, what's your sales area? It could be Orlando. It could be Tampa. It could be Atlanta. It could be, Hudson Valley, New York City. It could be Fort Myers, Florida. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to create a landing page. All right. I'm going to create a landing page. When I create this landing page for Fort Myers, Florida, thank you, guy. I got it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all wait so long to start giving me your names or your areas, but we're good because all of you are going to do exactly what I'm going to do right now. We're going to create a FSBO landing page like you just saw. And when we do that, it's going to create all the marketing tools. Now for FSBO, we don't market FSBO like we do a listing or a lot of other things, just because FSBOs are more one-to-one. And you'll see what I mean when we get into it. So I'm going to go create landing page, add new, and FSBO right there, right under iBuyer, right above expired. Landing page name, Fort, and I always forget, is it MYRES? Yep, excuse me, 1 second. MYERS. All right, I don't need to put Florida. Everybody in Fort Myers, they know what state they're in. They're in a state of confusion. Just kidding. All right, so check this out. I'm going to land right here. We're done. Although I can tell you that home does not look like a Fort Myers home. So, the one thing I might want to do is just change that image to something that looks a little bit more appropriate for the area. And this actually looks more like a Fort Myers home. A little high end, but it definitely looks more Fort Myers-y than the other one did. I'll just save it. So I did, it could be a video, but I like images. They're great. And check this out. I'm going to click view. Selling your Fort Myers home on your own. Got the home in the background. Get free professional versions of the tools that I use to sell homes. Everything on this page is customizable. The image on the left, the list of items on the right, the color of the button, the text on the top, everything is editable, but it's all ready to go. The goal is to get this, and notice that domain. Now it says Fort Myers 20.FSBOsoldnow.com. If you want to change that, it's pretty straightforward. Right where it says domain, right there. And then I can click on the edit icon and just change it back to Fort Myers. I like to capitalize the M. We have a lot of people in Fort Myers, so maybe that's why. Oh man. I might put my, and I'll delete this a little bit later. And that still works. My Fort Myers, FSBOsoldtools.com. And now when I click view, now I got a great URL, myfortmyers.FSBOsoldtools.com. Selling your Fort Myers home on your own, get free professional version of the tools I use, right? Beautiful. Now, again, the goal is to get this offer in front of the FSBOs. And when you see how this works, your mind is going to be blown. What best marketing campaign is good for a home? Well, we're talking right now, FSBOs. So that's a great question for the mastermind group, but not for this call right here. All right. So all the marketing tools are right here. Now, remember I said we don't market FSBO like a list of price reduced homes for sale or a listing or a free home value. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? FSBOs are more one-to-one, very kind of similar to expireds, although expireds are a little bit different than that even. But regardless, my point is, I think you're going to kind of toggle between three tools: the e-flyer to send as an email to all the new FSBOs that I can find, the script to call them up. All right, whether there's two versions of the script, if they got the e-flyer or not. And then we got print flyer, postcards, and door hangers. And if you know Kelly Wheeler, he's got an entire postcard campaign that he's created, leveraging our FSBO landing pages, because he knows, right? He has great success with converting FSBOs into listings by using our landing pages. Let me just download the PDF, and everything is ready to go. I don't need to edit anything. Selling your Fort Myers home on your own. Get free professional versions of the tools I use. We got an easy URL, myfortmyers.FSBOsoldtools.com. It goes right there automatically. If I scan that QR code, let me make it a little bit bigger if anybody wants to scan it with me. Give me a second. I'll bring it up and down. There we go. So if you want to scan that QR code with your phone, pull out your phone, stay off of Instagram, stay with me, scan the QR code. Beautiful. Look at that right there. You might not be completely clear in the camera, but it is selling your Fort Myers home on your own. So step number one is create the landing page and start identifying the FSBOs in our area. Again, there's so many ways of doing that. And I got some listed at listings2leads.com/FSBO. So we identify the FSBOs in our area. And then it's just getting in front of them, either the print flyer. I think that's the easiest one. I would just go door knock their home. All right. And I'll talk about, what we say when we go door knocking. Or you call them up. All right. You call them up. We got the offer right here. What you're going to say. All right. Well, either if you sent them something or not, right? There's two versions of it. And if we got their email, I'm going to take this email. I'll click on the edit icon. And the easiest thing to do, because you can't add people into listings to leads, is same thing what I showed you with the other email. Take this email, go to Bold Trail, Sierra Interact, whatever email program that you're using, and just drop it in and create a template with it. So for example, if I'm in, I'll just show you again in listings to leads, right? Create a template. We don't have that yet in listings to leads, but in your CRM, you normally do. Even Gmail, you can do it in Gmail. Selling your FSBO home. And check this out. Just paste it in right there. All right. And if I get rid of that tag, it will. I deleted the whole thing. There we go. All right. And if I believe when it sends, it'll display perfectly in the phone, because it'll center perfectly in the phone or on the page if you're on a laptop. All right. So I would get that email and save it, no matter, Constant Contact, Follow Up Boss, whatever program you're using, save the email as a template. We got 3 different emails. All right. Here's another email, selling your Fort Myers home. And the email automatically goes. I'll send myself a test email so I can show you how it works. So let me open up my email in another browser. Give me 1 second here. And there we go. I'm going to bring it over. You can see how phenomenal that it looks. So here's the email. I just sent it to myself. And so I want you to be thinking email, print flyer. You could send them the link via text message. You could create your own email with the link to the landing page, right? Whatever you want to do. But we just want to get this to that FSBO homeowner. What's going to happen is they click, because my email is in another monitor, the landing page opens up. Now here's where it gets amazing. And if you've never seen this before, it's going to blow your mind. So check this out. So we get this in front of the FSBO homeowner, right? Whether we door knock, we call, we text, we email, we send a postcard, we drop off a door hanger, right? And really, it might be a combination of all of that. It might be a combination of all of that. And then they get this and they go, oh yeah, great. And we'll talk a little bit about language in a minute, but they may say, hey, I want some Facebook ads. I want a property website. I want some listing flyers. I want a YouTube video. I want these tools. And my name is, let me go up and see who was that person from Fort Myers. So I'm going to put your name in here. So Cherie Daniels, I probably butchered that. I apologize. I'm just going to make up an email address. And I'm going to make up an home address. Fort Myers won't come up. 4732. I'll just say Gold Lane. Fort Myers, Florida. All right. Because that way we're going to see it. And there's make up a phone number. Get my free tools. So check this out. Do you have photos of your property? Yes or no? Well, yeah, I do. So let me just go ahead and upload a photo, right? And I can upload multiple photos if I got them. I can upload 10, 20, 30 photos. Please enter your property information. Oh, okay. I don't know the zip code, doesn't matter. Just we're doing a demo here. What's the price? The price is $450,000, and it's a single family home. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1 half. It is 2,200 square feet. The year, I don't know what the lot size is. That's fine. If they don't have anything, it doesn't matter. Custom feature, boat, dock. Yes. My home is amazing. I am not a hoarder, which means they are. All right. Then they click send property information. They're going to get a little nice notification that we got their information. And check this out. I just got a lead, and I'm going to pop it over from my other monitor. Give me a second here. And all right, there we go. So the lead came in, and you probably can't read it too well, but I'll just, Sherry Daniels is the name on the lead. 372 Gold Lane in Fort Myers, and it's a FSBO lead, and she's requesting these tools. Okay. So now what? Do I have to do all that? I hope not. That would be not very fun if I've got to sit there and do all of this. Luckily for you, nice. And I just logged out of my Listing Leads account, of course. So give me a second here. I'm going to log back in. So this is where the magic really happened. I mean, the magic is already there because as soon as I typed in Fort Myers for the FSBO landing page, it created the landing page. It created all the marketing tools. But now check this out. When I go back to listings, what do you think we might see here? We might see 372 Gold Lane, Fort Myers, Florida, FSBO draft, $450,000, the image of the property. And when I click on the address, here, it says FSBO draft, Sherry Daniels, email, phone number. It's got the address, right? Everything is good to go. Okay, awesome. I'm going to click on marketing tools. Scott, can a mortgage take a FSBO? Pat, I would say, what I would do as a mortgage broker? I mean, I don't know your rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, a mortgage broker could do this for sure. And I would definitely offer them a rate sheet and offer to pre-qualify any of the buyers. I don't know why that's taking so long. Give me a second here. Let me see. Normally that should just be right away. I don't know if I did something. It looks kind of odd. Give me a second here. Let's see. I literally just did this, and it was, I don't know. Let's try this again. Let me try marketing tools. Interesting. So, Pat, does that answer your question? Yeah, I don't know. Did I do something in edit? Sherry, I'm going to take out that little apostrophe. You know what? I'm going to check on that. I bet that apostrophe. I'll look at that a little bit later. Anyways, when you click on marketing tools, check this out. I can approve it, send FSBO draft to seller. I can edit the email, but everything is done. Everything is right here and ready to go. Right? The virtual tour is ready. The single property website is ready. I don't have to do anything. The only thing I have to do, what I would do is I would call up Sherry And I would say something like, hey, Sherry, this is Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty, and I just got the request to get a free set of marketing tools for your home. I'm excited to get them over to you. And I just want to make sure everything was great. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, half bath, 2,200 square feet, $450,000. Right. And if you want to add anything to that, great. Then just say, you know what? All right, super. I just want to make sure everything is good to go. Click approve. Are you sure you want to approve this FSBO draft? So that'll change it from draft to regular. All right, boom. I'm going to send that. And now Sherry, if that was actually her email, would get that email with everything that she asked for will be in that email. In fact, what we do is we just send them everything. No matter what they select, we pretty much just send them all of it. And here's the cool thing. You can add to that list. You can take away from the list if there's something you don't want to do. I'll show you that in a few minutes. All right. And we're done. What I might do is call Sherry up a little bit later again and just say, hey, Scott here, no need to call me back. I'm just calling to say the email was sent. So if you didn't get it, feel free to let me know, but otherwise you should see it. It was sent at, 11:32 a.m. Again, just let me know if you have any questions. Does that make sense? So now what have we done? With very, very little work, we have offered and delivered more value than any other agent is going to do or be able to do. All right. Like we literally had to do like so little. Now, do we want to offer to do a walkthrough video? Do we want to offer to do, whatever? Again, that's up to you. Let me just show you, because I didn't really point this out before. For example, the single property website, Sherry Daniels, email, phone number to her, not to me as the agent. So my name, my branding, nothing of me is on here. This is all Sherry. All right. I'm going to check in with Sherry every week or so. Hey, everything going well? If I'm a mortgage broker, right, I think there's definitely a phenomenal play there because a mortgage broker can, again, offer a rate sheet. The mortgage broker can offer to pre-qualify any unrepresented buyers that are coming through. Because as a FSBO homeowner, one of the most annoying parts of being a FSBO is just all of these yahoos, right, trying to nickel and dime me. And it's going to get tiring after a while. And so I have seen more than a few people, over the years, tons of people converting FSBOs, and they get better and better and better at it the more they do it. Now, back to the landing page, and all right. I close out the landing page, of course, as well. So let me just go back to landing pages. So I'm going to go back to landing pages. I'm going to filter. We have a filter here. So I can just say, hey, just show me all the FSBO. And there's the one that we just did for Fort Myers. So again, I'm going to click on the green marketing tools. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to do an ad for FSBOs. I'm not going to do a Google ad either. I'm not even going to do a social media post. All right. Now I might do a social media post for expired and of course a lot of other things, but for FSBOs, because I don't want to be promoting the idea that you should sell as FSBO. If you've already made the decision, great. I'm not going to tell you you're an idiot. You'll come to that conclusion on your own. I don't need to tell you something that's obvious. You will realize the folly of that decision at some point. If I were to sit here and tell you that you're an idiot for trying to be a real estate agent and selling your home for the top dollar, you're not going to be, you don't want to hear it from me. All right. That's not the direction to take as an agent. The direction to take as an agent is to be a kind of like an enabler in a sense but also a guide to be a little bit of a resource. Don't get drawn into the drama. All right. You don't want them calling you up and bitching about how buyers are liars, right? And all these, vulture investors, right? And all that. But what you do want to be is you want to be there. All right. You want to be there when they realize I'm done trying to sell my home, right? I guess that's why agents do get paid 2.5% or 3%. All right. Are we good? So we got the e-flyer that we can send. We got the script that you should be using. Always take this stuff. You can edit it a little bit, put it in your own words. We got the print flyer. All right. One of the things I would do is I would use a service. In fact, let me just drop into the school here real quickly. And here is an affiliate link to My Plus Leads. So if you use My Plus Leads with our affiliate link, and this is really the only affiliate, and the only reason I have this is because with our affiliate link, you can ask them, and I got it highlighted right here. In fact, I'll tell you what, let me just drop this into the chat because this is really critical and this will help you a lot. If you've already got a service, you don't need this. So if you've already got RedX, you've already got Vulcan 7, you don't need this. But if you are going to sign up for this through our affiliate link, the key is, and it says right there, get a hold of their support. And I've had a lot of people tell me they've done this and it's awesome. Call their support and say, I am a client of Listings to Leads. Can I get 6 months of back data added to my account during my free trial? And they will add it that same day typically. This is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube and our blog right after we're done. It'll be right on YouTube, and I think it might be maybe on Facebook, but regardless. And so that way, yeah. So I'm sorry. So that way, right, you can track all the new FSBOs, but you can also go back up to 6 months and find all the FSBOs that never got their property sold. And I would approach them. Now, maybe if it was a FSBO that was listed as FSBO, all right, maybe 6 months ago. So you got RedX, you sign up for our affiliate link, you go back 6 months, and you see, oh, here are some FSBOs that never sold. They were listed as FSBO, but they never sold. I would approach them. What I would do is I would just approach them first with my Listings to Leads main listing presentation. You got really one of two choices. You got your main listing presentation. That's the easiest. So go to listing presentation, right? You can reach out to them via text or email and send them the flip book, right? Via text or email. And if you wanted to deliver something or door knock to them, then you could print it and bind it, right? You can, just bind this up. And I would reach out to them and I would say, hey, I saw that you were selling your home as FSBO back in October. It looks like your home never sold. Are you still thinking about selling it relisting it as a for sale by owner? Or are you considering maybe talking to a real estate agent about getting it sold for you? And just find out, because you've got the ability to help them either way. And again, they couldn't sell it the first time as FSBO. They're probably not going to sell it the second time, but at least you're going to be in the conversation now. So, they can realize like, hey, you know what? Natalie is actually a nice person. She seems like she's pretty smart. She offered me some tools. She gave me a couple of helpful hints regarding them. She gave me a PDF guide. She gave me some other information about home selling. And we're still not able to do it. And I can see other homes are selling. Maybe we need to get a hold of Natalie and just have her sell this, right? Obviously, we've tried. We've not been able to do it. Does that make sense? It's very straightforward. Very straightforward. All you got to do is just, right, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Just every day, just like I tell people, every day, find a few new expireds. And when I say new expireds, I mean new to you. So they could be brand new expired today, expired 30 days ago, expired 6 months ago, right? They could be expired a year and a half ago. They never have sold their home since. So when I say new, I don't mean new, brand new today. I just mean these are expireds and FSBOs, right, from the past or now that you've not reached out to yet, that you need to be reaching out to, because you have got a marketing plan that it can help them get their home sold in a way that they're not able to. Even if you give them the tools, what do we all know? You can give me a hammer. It doesn't mean I can hang a picture. So, you know what I mean? You can give me a hammer. It can be a $500 hammer, gold plated, right? Titanium handle, right? Louis Vuitton or whatever, Bob the Builder signature. I still can't hang a picture. All right. And you can give somebody that knows how to hang a picture, a brick, and they can probably get it done for you. So let me know. Give me a yes if we're good to go so far. Do you feel like at this point you would be able to find, engage, and start adding value to FSBOs in your area? Let me know. Give me a yes real quick before we keep going. Because if I'm talking on deaf ears, or if nobody can hear me, I see Natalie says she was losing her connection. Yeah. All right, good. Yeah. Everybody feels like they could actually do, and it's not complicated, right? I mean, it's so easy to create that landing page. And I mean, the landing, but don't get involved in trying to be like, oh, I got to have a perfect landing page. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Just as long as you got a good image of the house, everything else is taken care of for you. All right. The only two things I would look at is the background image. And again, don't overthink it. There's nothing called perfection. There's just good to get going. What it is action, not perfection. But it's the image, and then just check the domain, right? Make sure we're good to go right there. Everything else is good. Now, I will show you. Let's see, is it here or under lead form? So you see all these things right here? That corresponds to the items on this list. So if, for example, you wanted to, I'm not saying you do because it could be anything, walk through Instagram video, right? I'm just saying I just want to show you how this works. Boom, walk through Instagram video. And I believe if I wanted to, I can't drag it, but I wonder. No, yeah, I would have to delete and then, yeah. So if I want to reorder, it's a little bit wonky, but either way, right? Does that make sense? Next, is next door one word or two words? It doesn't matter. Next door, post again, save. Now we got next door post, whatever you want. All right. So we got the landing page. I showed you how easy it is. I showed you how to get it in front of homeowners via the e-flyers, print flyers. I didn't really mention it, but we do have postcards and door hangers as well. I love, and I always love door hangers. I might consider for anybody here, get 100 door hangers or 50 door hangers. And then that way the QR code scans to it. The domain is right there. And that way you got 50 door hangers. And so anytime I see, I identify a new FSBO, new to me, I'm going to call them up. I might send a text. I might send an email, right? To send the e-flyer. And if I don't get a hold of them yet, I might just go door knock. Put the door hanger on it if they're not around. If they are around, all right, just a real quick conversation here. And this will help you, whether it's via text, phone call, or talking to them face-to-face, is the idea of offering them a draft version of the tools. So we found out that if I were to call 10 FSBO homeowners, all right, 2 to 4 will say yes. If I just say, hey, would you like a free set of marketing tools to market your home? 2 to 4 are going to say yes. If in my conversation with them, I say, well, you know what I can do is I can create a draft version of these tools for you to take a look at. And if you like them, then I can send them to you, send them to you regular to use. You will likely double the number of people that will say yes to that, because now they feel like they're not really asking too much of you because it's only a draft. It's the same damn thing. There's no difference. All right. There's no difference. When they add the listing via the landing page, it's going to be a draft version. And for example, sometimes you're going to talk to somebody and they're not going to add it via the landing page. You're going to be the one adding it. And so what you do is add listing, manual, status right here. You got FSBO draft. So again, right, I call Mark up and I say, hey, Mark, Scott here, XYZ Realty. I see you're selling your home at 123 Main Street. Hey, listen, I would love to offer you a free set of marketing tools to market your home. This is just a free service I offer to all the homeowners in the area. It's no obligation. There's no hidden fees. It's absolutely free. And Mark's going to go, yeah, dude, it sounds like a sales pitch, but no thanks. And then what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say, listen, let me send you just a draft version of them. If you like them, let me know. And if you don't, no harm, no foul. And Mark's going to say, oh, all right. As long as they're just a draft version, that's fine. And then I'm going to, boom, FSBO draft, add everything in here. And the email will be created just like it was from the landing page. I'm going to pop that over to Mark. I'm going to call Mark up and say, hey, Mark, Scott here. Hey, I just sent you the draft of all those tools. Just let me know what you think when you get a chance. I'm not going to pressure him. I'm not going to bother him. And then right here, you may not be able to see it so well, but it says FSBO draft as a status. So, we got coming soon, just listed, active, pending, just sold, open house. This right here says FSBO draft. When Mark says, you know what, I love them, go ahead. All I got to do is come over here, go to marketing tools, and just approve. Make sense? Easy. I mean, it's so easy. So, but again, keep the idea of the FSBO draft or draft version, all right, at your fingertips, on the tip of your tongue, and that will usually almost double the number of people that will say yes to it. Because you would think everybody would say yes, but again, some people are just like, what's the catch? I don't trust you. Who are you? You're just going to sell me something, right? They're already beat up over it. And then, right, we'll end up the call here today with the PDF guide. So if they, if they say no or they don't respond, well, if I go to the PDF guides and I type in FSBO for a sale by owner, click on marketing tools. And again, similar to the landing page, I'm not going to be doing ads or social media posts, but I got the e-flyer. Again, I can drop this in. I can drop this. Now, this is part of the normal lead follow-up. So as you're generating, I'm sorry, not this. No, this is not. The other PDF guides are, but I can take this and drop it. Well, it's actually what you can do a couple things. One is I can send myself a test email, and then I've got it in my email and I can just send it to people, or I can just copy it. And similar to what we did before, drop it into a template in my CRM. And that way I've got the PDF guide for the, or the email for the PDF guide. And what's really cool is when they click the link, it downloads the guide automatically. So it's really, really cool, right? You click it, boom, it just downloads the guide. You get notified when they download it. All right, so that's awesome. And let me just close a few tabs here. We've also got the print flyer. So again, all right, I don't get a hold of them. It's a listing I would love to get. I might drop by with a print flyer, postcard, or a door hanger. Right here's a door hanger. We got the postcards. And again, this is something that Shannon Pyatt, he's got the postcard for the landing page. He's created a few other versions of that. He's got a postcard for the PDF guide. He's created a couple of different versions of that as well, because he wants to offer value to these people. And between the QR codes, the domains, everything else that we've got, it's all set up. It's all pretty much automated, right? It's all right there for you. All right, give me 1 second. I need to, Paul, I always forget to do this. I got to pause my screen 1 second. Give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I'm going to bring up something because you all are such beautiful, wonderful people that I'm going to give this to you, because my goal is not to sit here and listen to myself talk for an hour. My goal here is to give you actionable items that you can take today. You could literally start engaging some of these FSBO homeowners today with us, right? Literally start engaging today. I get into My Plus Leads, I get into Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Redx, Vulcan 7, tons of different places to find these FSBOs. All right. I set up the landing page. I email the FSBO. And normally here's what's great about FSBOs also that people don't think about. The FSBO homeowner's phone number is usually right there. So I got their phone number, all right? And you could send, and I don't have one straight up, but it would be easy enough to send this via text as well. All right. But one of the things that one of our clients said recently, and it's at our blog. Let me show you something here. Because I know some of you are just a little afraid. I don't mean that in a bad way, right? Afraid, hesitant, not comfortable, whatever it is. She put a $2.5 million luxury listing into her pipeline the first day she implemented the expired training. You can do the same thing with FSBO. And hey, we got clients that have success, text messaging, phone calls, emails, door knocking, mailing. All right. You can have success every single way possible. But door knocking, and there's a few quotes from her that she said, and this is from her. And this is just last week. If I had just called or texted, and I believe she did that as well, I wouldn't have had that conversation face to face that made all the difference. All right. Another couple of comments from her. I think door knocking is the fastest way to get listings. I'm much more relaxed talking face to face, and people are more receptive. And I agree with that too. I mean, text messaging is phenomenal. You know what? I don't know why, and I apologize. I don't know why I didn't have the comments up. I already put the link in there. I apologize. The link I just put in is for the post webinar survey. I think I got sidetracked a little bit earlier when I was saying, I'm not here to talk for an hour to hear myself talk. I'm here to give you actionable items to start getting listings. And that's where I got off into showing this. But if you could click that link and leave me any constructive criticism that you've got, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Then she also says here, there's nothing to be afraid of, and it's very effective. People are much nicer face to face. And I agree with that too. Somebody may tell you to F off on the phone. Not as likely to say that face to face. Because here's the deal. On the phone, they don't know you from Adam. They don't know you from Jose, whatever. You get my point. When you are face to face, they can just see like, oh, it's more or less a normal person. They're not some weirdo. They're not some bizarre high pressure person, because you're not going to be that. You're going to knock on the door. And I'm not saying you have to. It's just one of the things. All right. It's just one of the tools in your arsenal, in your tool bag. So when you knock on the door, what I would do, first of all, I would have my 100-point home marketing plan, either the FSBO or my main one, with me, just in case. I'm not going to push it, but just in case. I'm going to have the not listing flyer, the FSBO print flyer with me. And if I want to say something like, yeah, I've got some buyers and I'd love to show them your property, go for it. That's fine if it's true. But what you don't want to be doing is, you don't want to get into that, fudging the truth BS that they've heard from every other agent. You know what I mean? I promise you, they've been called half a dozen times with the hey, I've got buyers. And what do they say? Bring them over. Or they've been told they're stupid, right? Did you know that agents get 9.3% more than a FSBO? You know what? A, they don't trust you. B, they don't want to hear it. And C, they think they're going to save 2.5 to 3% and maybe 5 to 6 if they don't have to pay a buyer's commission by selling direct. Right? That's what they're thinking. So for you to go in there and start telling them, all of these stats and all of these, things, even if they're true, they don't want to hear it right now. You got to establish rapport. You got to establish value. You got to establish that you're a great person that they want to work with. All right. Are we good? I think I'm good. Yes. Give me a yes or a no. Thumbs up, thumbs down, smiley face, not smiley face, whatever you got. Any questions for me? I'm telling you, this, and even in my area where there's not a lot of FSBOs, conceivably, I could, there's no reason why I wouldn't be getting 1 to 2 listings a month from FSBOs at all. Therese, are we good? Yeah. FBSO. Yes. FSBO. How can I put my picture at the bottom of that? How can I put my picture? You mean like the e-flyer? It'll be on the e-flyer automatically. So when I eat, like for example, I'm at the FSBO landing page. So there's my Fort Myers landing page. All right. And so the e-flyer for your database, it's got your listing signature at the bottom automatically. And when you drop it into your CRM may have a signature that you use either way. All right. Does that answer your question? Yeah. So after you create the landing page, click on marketing tools and the e-flyer for your database is right there on the landing page tab. Yeah. Right. Yep. So landing pages. If you want to create it, just click on the green button, right? Create landing page, select FSBO and put in the name of the area and hit the green create button. And then that will create it. And when it does, you're going to land right here. It'll look just like this. So that way, if like I said, edit the background picture, right? Check your domain, make sure it looks good, and then go right to marketing tools. And again, like I mentioned before, I'm not going to do an ad. I'm not doing Google. I'm not doing social media posts. I do want the e-flyer. It's got my signature, my picture, my logo. I want the print flyers. I may or may not want the postcards and door hangers. Between the email and the print flyers, that's all you have to. That's all you really, really, really need. And then you got the script. All right. Robert, thank you so much. Olga, I appreciate that. Cherise, okay, good. Cherise, fabulous. Perfect. Yeah, and this is almost one of those like deadhead type things. I mean, you don't even have to be motivated. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to overthink it. Right? Very similar to the expireds. They're selling their home. They got it right. They're already, listed as FSBO. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. Love getting on. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So again, I'd love to have you click that link. Last thing I'll mention is do not forget your affiliate link. Had a few people sign up this morning already from affiliate links from some of you. So your affiliate link is right there. I absolutely hate it when somebody signs up and we do that whole how did you hear about us and they mention another agent's name, but they didn't use their affiliate link. So use your affiliate link. I can copy that. I can give it to somebody. We got some marketing invites if you need them. If you're a trainer, like a lender, coach, broker. Well, if you're a broker, you may have an office account, but you may not. All right. So anyways, the last thing is, because this has come up a lot lately, agents underneath a broker account, what's the biggest benefit they get? It's even better than not paying. They get unlimited listings in their account. So they can add FSBOs, they can add expireds. They never have to worry about deleting them because they get unlimited listings in their account with listings to leads when you're under a team or a broker account. So it's an unfair advantage almost. But so, if you're part of an office and you want to take this to the next level, with all the different ways I just mentioned, we have team accounts and we have office accounts as well. and the ability to go after FSBOs and expireds and add them to the account, create the presentations for them specifically, right? Sometimes I got people that are proactive. They'll add a FSBO to their account and just send them that email. And then they'll call them up and they'll say, hey, I just sent you an email with a draft version of a bunch of marketing tools that I offer all the homeowners in the area to market their home with. If you'd like to get the full version of them, they're absolutely free. There's no catch. There's no cost. Just let me know, and I'd love to turn that on for you. I got people that do that, right? All right, let's get out of here. It's 12:02. Go have a wonderful day. Any questions, either get into the mastermind group. I love all the questions there. Somebody mentioned some question earlier that I kind of said, go to the mastermind group. So definitely take that to the mastermind group. And we got support. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.